Alexa, how do you say I have an idea in autistic?
Sorry, I don't know that, but you have translated enabled. Do you want to open it?
That's okay. Hey, this is John from the Autistic Pro, and today I want to talk about something that a lot of people on the spectrum struggle with, and that's trying to understand other people's point of view. And so over the years, I've developed a strategy that I've used to compensate for this struggle that I have with reading other people's feelings and emotions and perspectives. And that's using a neurotypical translator. So when I'm saying a neurotypical translator, that just means someone that I trust that I can use to kind of translate what other people are saying to me so that I can interpret things correctly, as well as to um, help me communicate more effectively with other people. And so um, my biggest neurotypical translator would be my wife. So when I am struggling with something or when I'm coming home from work, I can tell her things and she'll give me feedback and let me know uh, how other people are probably interpreting this. And so a real good example of this happened a few months back where I got into a little bit of a prank war with one of my coworkers. So I'm a big fan of The Office, and my wife will tell you that if I sit down to watch TV, that's probably what I'm going to pick. That's probably one of my ritual behaviors, to be honest. Um, and so I got into a prank war by one day just playing a prank on someone in the office. And then another coworker saw that and basically challenged me to prank war. And we would go back and forth playing pranks on one another until it became really a daily thing. And almost whenever she would leave her desk, I would try to think of ways to prank her. And unfortunately, this was a behavior that's probably not going to go over very well. First off, it could get me in some trouble or her in some trouble, and it affects more people than just her and I who were starting this war. And so, um, so even if people say they're okay, they may say one thing but really mean another, and that's hard for me to understand being on the spectrum at times. And so I would tell my wife about these stories and of staplers and Jello and of changing her screens to cats and things like that, whatever. Um, and my wife would come back to me and say, "You need to stop. This is getting on people's nerves. You're going to drive people away." And that's something that I really couldn't key in on so well. But that she's right. There might be some people who thought it was funny at the time, but there's also a big group of people who are annoyed, who it's disruptive to their workday, and so on. And so that's a pretty innocuous example. But in a really bad case, you can say something to someone with one intention and have it totally misconstrued, or you can miss subtle details such as sarcasm in what someone is saying and take them more seriously than they meant you, or just totally miss the meaning. And so it's great that I have her to bounce these ideas off of. And so, outside of the workplace, it's good to have someone that you could do that with, whether it's a spouse, like in my case, or a parent, maybe a sibling, a friend, therapist, whoever you can talk to get another perspective. And it's probably good advice beyond the ASD community, and probably good advice for neurotypicals as well. Um, but there's also these times where these outside people, these outside neurotypical translators, aren't going to be there and be available in a pinch where you need some immediate feedback. And so in that case, it's important to have some people that you can go to at work who will be able to be truthful with you, who will be able to be in touch with what other people are feeling and help you to understand other people's perspectives. And so I actually have probably 2 or 3 different people at work that I consider my neurotypical translators. That if I'm, say, typing an email, I can, send it to them first, let them read it, help, and let them, ask them questions about how people are likely to interpret this. And if I need to reword something to be more clear or to avoid, tones that I don't mean, um, and make sure that I'm conveying my message effectively. And then on the flip side of that, also when, if, for instance, my boss says something to me and I'm really struggling to understand what he means, or if there's, like I feel like there might be a hidden meaning that I'm not getting, or if, same thing with someone who's from a different department or someone I'm just not used to. If I can go to these translators, let them know what was said, what the situation was, and try to get some information back that'll help me to understand other people's perspectives. Um, and so um, going to go ahead and stop it there. But if you've had a neurotypical translator in your life, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and any other strategies you use to help you get around this lack of understanding of other people at times. Don't forget also to like the video and share it, and um, make sure you subscribe and sign up for notifications from my channel so you can get more great videos like this. All right, talk to you later. Thanks.